Well, today, just about 36 hours after a 3-week lockdown was announced across the nation, the finance minister has talked about a slew of measures which are aimed at providing a social security net for those of us who need it the most. 1.7 lakh crore rupees will be spent on this, but really the amount is not what is important right now. It's important to see how many people are being covered. So the first attempt, and I believe this could be just the first of many attempts, has been to cover the maximum number of people who could be vulnerable. So farmers at this time, widows, pensioners, those who are connected by Manrega, those who depend on the PDS system to get their daily rations. These are the sections of society, among others, that have been targeted at this point for relief measures. Some of these measures are being called incremental. There is now wait to see what more will come, and of course the regular questions: what about small businesses, what about the middle class? Though frankly right now it is the most vulnerable who need all of our focus. I want to highlight one more aspect to this list of people. There is in India a large number of people who are in a sense off the grid. They may not have been connected yet by the JAM Trinity. That means they might not have a Jan Dhan account, they might not be part of the PDS system or have a ration card where they can get free rations. They may not be at the receiving end of the DBT. They may not even be in the Manrega grid. We have been seeing pictures over the last couple of days of some of these Indians deciding to walk thousands of kilometers once the lockdown was announced and public transport was shut down. They have decided that they're going to risk it and just somehow make it home. These include manual laborers. These could be the homeless on the street. They could be, the beggars who tap your window at car signals. Who is going to take care of them, and have we done enough to also target these Indians? What will be the next plan, and how can we ensure that the outcome of this very necessary lockdown doesn't outstrip the harm that COVID-19 can do? Mr. Gopalan, let me begin by just getting your take on the measures that have been announced today. There is a sense that there will be a graded response, that this will not obviously be the last one. That is something the finance minister herself has said, that they will make sure that no Indian goes hungry. Do you think we could have front loaded the entire social security net right at the outset?
I think this is politically a very, very shrewd move, just to indicate to the people that the people who are at the bottom rung of the society are being taken care of immediately, who have no wherewithal to withstand the onslaught of COVID-19, and therefore our heart goes out to help them in this hour of crisis, and therefore we should look at them first as the important ingredient of a population who deserve the support. I think it's more from the viewpoint of, I would say, politically astute, but at the same time, compassion which the government should have for these kind of people at the bottom rung of the population. And therefore, I think it's a very, very good thing to do to begin with. Obviously, there are few more installments that would come, not only for this section of society. You just mentioned about the immigrant, migrant, workers. There, the homeless who are there in the cities, who have a problem. Those are the people who have to be tackled. But I can handle it. I can come back a little later on that. But on account of other things like supply chain management, the question relating to how the unorganized sector have to be handled, and one relating to how the big, the industries who employ a large number of people, how they ensure that they keep the employees back with them, are challenges which I am sure will be addressed by the government in the next few installments.
Well, can we wait for the next few installments? Is is really the key question, isn't it? I'm just going to run those pictures once again of the large number of people who've decided to just walk. Now, these were not necessarily homeless people. There is a whole set of people who also have temporary jobs, and once everything shut down, they were just let go. Suddenly their the place of residence has also vanished. I know personally of families here in Mumbai who have been hungry for the last 3 days, and they're trying to figure out what to do, where to go, where to get daily wage earners. Reetika, Khera is also with us now. Reetika, I just want you to highlight what has been done today. It's a welcome move because we need to start on this, and what in your view needs to be stepped up.
Right. So I think what was needed is a combination of in-kind transfers such as food along with cash transfers. And to that extent, the fact that the government has doubled the allocation for those who are already covered by the PDS, 2/3 of the population, that is a very welcome move because the government had a lot of excess stocks at the moment and didn't know what to do with it. But the fact is that many poor people are still not covered by the Food Security Act, which was enacted in 2013. It covers only 80 crore people, and a lot of poor people are still left out of its net, and they're the kind of people that you're seeing on your TV screens. For them, actually, the government could have used the same food stocks to set up relief camps and community kitchens at schools and stadiums or community halls, which are now empty, so that these people don't panic. Even if they don't have money, the government could have reassured them that you can stay here and you will get food to eat. Workers would have happily self-managed these community kitchens, even prepared food packets for people who don't have employment in the city for pickup purposes, etc. So I think a little bit of more creative thinking would have been useful. That's on the in-kind side. On the cash side, I am largely sort of disappointed, I have to say, because the cash transfers which are well targeted to the right constituency, like social security pensions to the elderly, to widows, they're just giving a one-off 1,000 rupee grant. The central government gives only 200 rupees per month as the pension for certain categories. It's only 200 rupees, and then the states top up. So the government should have increased that to, at least for now, at least for 12 months, they could have said we're going to make it at least an amount that has some dignity associated with it. 200 rupees is a daily wage amount, and you cannot give it as a monthly pension. And then the other one, which has got the bulk of the money, 31,000 crores apparently, is unfortunately being given to women who have Jan Dhan accounts. Within a family, there can be more than one woman with a Jan Dhan account. So you'll end up giving double to some people, and a lot of people will get left out. A more sensible base for giving the cash transfers would have been Narega workers. That covers about 14 crore families, and if they're given 10 days of wages just as plain cash for 3 months, that would have been a huge help for these people. And in fact, for Narega workers, it's really shocking because there's nothing. The work sites are closed, and if you increase the wage rate by a little bit, that's not going to help them. It's just, something that Birbal ki khichdi, because actually the work is just not there. How can you risk people's health at this time and ask them to work at these work sites? So these people should actually have got the cash transfers instead of giving it to Jan Dhan, which has all kinds of people in it, including some Narega women, of course, but it has all kinds of others also who actually don't really need the support at the moment. So I feel the one big glaring gap today, and the most urgent thing to do, was to set up these community kitchens and relief camps, which the government didn't do, which I'm very disappointed.